Put on the jersey of this famous football team. Know that when you play for Rangers, you're living a dream.
Well, hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Foxchair, on the panel tonight. It's one of Rangers' most popular youngsters from the 1980s. Hugh Burns. How are we doing, Hugh?
I'm good, Murray. Yeah, nice introduction. I thought you were an up-to-date present youngster. I'm like, no, he's getting a ring guy here for us.
I was looking at some of your stuff this day. The locks you had, there's one particular photo that keeps coming up with the C.R. Smith top. And you've got that lock of hair all sticking out to the side, mate. You still got it?
No, I'm for quitting the Barbers now for a number one. It's short and sharp. I lost it a few years ago. The fullbacks are beginning to go in my late 20s, so it just comes all off now. But I don't worry about that. It's half and that's it.
The grass doesn't grow on a busy street, mate.
So they say. But I'm 53 in December now, so I keep myself in decent now.
On a number. Right, we're going to look at your Rangers career, but what's interested me first when I looked at it, it says you joined the club for Cambuslang Rangers. Did you play a bit of junior at 17?
Yeah, I did sign the Rangers S form at 13, and went to Gartcosh United, and that was a great boys' club where Rangers put their players, and most players I played with in the Gartcosh team are all like affiliated with different clubs, all S forms, and it was actually very, very strange. I don't know if you know that I was at one time I was an S form with Motherwell as well before Rangers. And it's a really strange one. Big Ali was the manager at the time, Ali McLeod, and he signed me and my dad in his office one Saturday night. So for a year I was actually training between 12 and 13. I was at Fir Park training, and Big McAllister was there as well. Big Gary was a year above me, and he was an S form as well. So I was playing at Loch Park one night, a Lanarkshire Schools game. I get in the back of my dad's car. He says, "I've just been approached by two Rangers scouts. They want to sign me." I says, "I'm 13. He says, "I can't have signed me, Motherwell." Big Ali signed me and didn't register me with the SFA. I was gutted. So getting him in the car between Carluke and getting back to Lark Hall, my hometown, I knew exactly then where I wanted to go. And the next night I signed the Rangers, just late 13, early 14, so aye. And then, of course, I did my training during the school holidays and what have you, and they were the first team, and then went full-time at 16, and Big Davy Proving, God rest him, Big Davy fabbed me out, initially to Ben Bub. The juniors at that time were very, very strong, and they couldn't get me in the team there, and Cambuslang was near Lark Hall as well, so it was better for me, and I had a great time at Cambuslang. It was great, so it was a good breeding ground for me, to be honest. It was brilliant.
How do you see it compared to what the boys do now, mate?
We talk about it a lot on the radio, and I think a lot of kids now, you know, with the development thing, I think they've just been pampered too long. You know, they're bringing obviously the Reserve League West back, which I think is brilliant. For the kids to break through and play with first team players, it's great, because I remember at 16, 17 getting in the reserves and playing with, you know, wee Doddy before he went to Hearts, and, you know, wee Bud Johnston, Big Derek, wee Solo McDonald. And that gives you a wee boost playing with these guys, Bobby Russell as well, guys who had maybe just fell out of first team. And I think that learns you as well as a boy to you know, learn off like professional players who have did it and they're in the reserves to help the young boys. So I think a lot of the development thing, I think, is kind of frowned upon a little bit now. It's very static and a wee bit robotic. So I don't think they'll ever go junior now. I don't think they'll put them out junior. I think it's too risky, certainly. But certainly the development thing, I don't think it's been doing their game any favours.
Robots instead of football players, mate.
Well, that's it. Just let, you know, the boys go and play, and I think that's what the Reserve League West will bring to the boys now, and the Bears will follow that as well. The fans, we're just talking about Tom Miller and I, we're just talking about where Rangers are going to play their games, and hopefully they'll maybe actually start playing some games at Ibrox. And it's amazing how many playing in front of 25,000, 30,000 Old Firm reserve games, you know, and the Bears would actually follow the reserve. So that there's a wee market for that. I really genuinely think. Let the boys go and play. You know, I'm all for playing. You can train all day long, but you can't beat playing.
So who actually signed you then? Would it have been John Gregg? And John Gregg would have been the manager?
Yeah. I strange one as well, because Big Davy Provan was in charge of the youth at that time. I was at a gig with Mad Fergie for Australia just about 6 weeks ago, doing rumours down in Barhead. The Q&A was a brilliant day, and Fergie and I just downed a couple of bottles of goose. Fergie says he didn't drink, he stopped playing. He says, Burnsy, I just used to drink once a year when we won the league. I says, well, that's fucking good enough for me, Fergie boy. So Fergie's on the goose now, and we keep in contact on Facebook. He's in Australia, and we're chatting away. He says, you know, and we're roughly about the same age, Fergie and I. And he says there's a lot of good boys come through at that particular time. Marcel, Durante, Fergie, Flecky, Billy Davis, Big Slim, and they were all Davy Proven's boys. Big Davy signed all them. You know, I just got a text earlier on about a guy's doing a book for players and Rangers between the 80s and 90s, and you know, we went to Cla, then we had a big tournament in France, and all the boys were in that team. So, you know, Big Davy Proven and Stan Anderson, two of them away now, were you know, I don't think got enough credit for the boys that they brought through. It was roughly the same time that Giggs, Scholes and all that, the boys and come through at Man U. You know how he had 4 or 5 really good kids, and Beckham and all these boys come in. So we roughly come through the same time at Ibrox, and it's great, you know, if you're there and you support the team, then suddenly it comes through all together, and it was a great feeling.
It's an art spotting kids. It's got to be players. It's not as easy as people think. It's not necessarily your best player at 15 is going to be a pro at 20, you know.
No, but I think it's all wrong now. I don't agree with the kids being in too early. I'm a firm believer in. I just think they should bring the old S form thing back, you know, and have kids making decisions when they're ready. No, at 8 and 9, before you know it, you know, they're costing scrap. Aye, you know what I mean. Just let them go round the clubs. Let them find their club. Get into training, and you know, like a kid of 9 siding with Rangers or Celtic, going into school and telling all his chums that he's signed with Rangers at 9. That's nonsense for me. I just don't believe in it at all. You know, these kids should not be allowed to go there forward. I don't think they're about 12, 13, then decide, you know, if they're good enough. No, get rid of them at 11 and 12. We're losing a lot of kids. We're losing a lot of kids in the game.
They don't play the game. So, Cambuslang Rangers, junior football, and then all of a sudden, 18 years of age, you've made your debut for the team you support. What was that like?
Told me my debut was at Hibs in a December game.
Tell you, I've got it right in front of me, mate.
I think it was Hibs, wasn't it? Bobby Williamson scored at Easter Road.
That's correct, mate.
And it was a great feeling, because I'll never forget running down at start of game, just basically for a warm-up. And at that time, you know, the festive games, big full houses, and that, my first game, and I'm running down the tunnel, and you know, I'm hearing boys shout behind at that time. I think the fences were up at Easter Road. I'm pretty sure they were. And yeah, I turned around, and there was this crowd of boys for Lark Hall that I spotted in the crowd, you know, when I was warming up. And shocking, you know, boys I went to school with are there watching the Rangers, and I'm, you know, warming up, ready to go in the park. It was just surreal that it's just actually happening to me, you know. You just feel as if you're in a bubble. And then obviously I got the call to go on for Big Jock, so it was a day that I don't think I would ever forget. I don't think anybody ever forget their debut, but no, everybody's honoured to make that debut for Rangers, and I've been lucky that way. I was very lucky.
Not a bad Christmas present. 27th to the 12th, 1983. Big Jock hadn't long returned. You remember the team? Some legends played in that team, mate. Some real good players.
Big Peter would have played in the goals.
Nearly. I'll give you a clue. Shortbread.
Big Nicky Walker played in that team?
Right, Nicky Walker was in goal.
Did he? Coop.
Yep.
Ali Dawson.
Yep.
Craigie Patterson.
Yep.
Bobby Williamson. Coisty. John McDonald.
Lee Coisty. McDonald was on the bench with you.
Me. Jimmy Nick.
Yep, sent off 46 minute.
Was he?
Aye.
Is he really? Do you know what I mean? I can't believe that. I can't remember that. Who else played then? Who else?
I'll give you a clue. One was Swedish and one was a Northern Ireland captain.
Fitzy and John McClelland.
That's correct, mate. Walker, Nicol, Dawson, McClelland, Patterson, Pritz, Russell, McPherson, Clark, Williamson and Cooper. Substitutes, Hugh Burns and John McDonald.
Wow, I sit with wee Solo in the gantry every week. He does the stats for the SFA and enjoy wee Solo's company by what Blue knows he has. He lets it known because we sit in that gantry. He's supposed to be impartial in there. That will be right. The bouncy gets done in there like everybody else when we're winning. So Solo and I.
There's a lot of ability, John.
I was still giving a bit of stick about diving and all that. Many got a bit of stick after the chairman at Hibs at that time. I think it was, who was it? Tom Hart. Tom Hart, it was Tom Hart, actually. He used to slaughter him, calling him the Polaris. When he dived. And he was the first to go a bit of stick about diving. So, Solo, great lad. But great. No, imagine making your debut in the day after Boxing Day. It was unbelievable. Because at the time parties were pretty big in Old Arkle. So I can remember a few celebrations. My family being at a game and then going back to a party. So brilliant times, brilliant.
Walking in there, were you surreal, was it?
Well, it was, of course it was. Because I don't even know if I was 18. I think I was. I think I was just still 17. I don't know if I was 18 or not. But you know, it just all happened really, really quick. But because Big Jock had come up, and it just kind of burst onto the scene, and I remember whether that was before I had signed my long-term contract or no. I just can't remember if it was or not, but he treated everybody the same, Big Jock, and I think because I was doing well in the reserves and doing well in training, he just pitched me in. But that was Big Jock, because if everybody was just treated the same, and if he did the business and obviously as committed as I was, then I knew I had a wee chance of getting in his slots, and it worked out that way.
You made your debut and quite quickly you played you were part of the squad and on the bench, and I would say it's quite a famous cup final now. Obviously, Ali got a hat trick.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It was only your fourth time in the first team squad. What were the nerves like that? What was the nerves like before that, Hugh?
Well, I remember going to Turnberry, and we went to Turnberry on Friday for the game on the Sunday, and it was the first Skull Cup final, Sunday Skull Cup final. And at that time, it was kind of nip and tuck. Celtic were still slightly ahead. Big Joke had obviously just come back up the road. And we went to Turnberry, and just again to be part of the squad, I was just happy to be in it. And I forget it. Staying at Turnberry, I think I roomed. Just trying to think who I roomed with again. I think I might have roomed with Big Slim. It was that long ago. It'll come back to me. It was either him or Sandy Clark. And I was just happy to be there. But I did really well. Got stuck in training. Trained on the Friday. Trained the Saturday. Named his team the Saturday. Says he would name the subs when he got to Hampden. And went into the dressing room. He named the team again. And I never forget the voice saying, right, subs a day are 12 McAdam and 14 Burns. And I couldn't get my strip on quick enough in case he changed his mind. I couldn't believe it. It was an incredible feeling. And again, then to run out on a cup final, I didn't know that was only my fourth appearance in the first team. I must have been warming up. A lot of the boys, fans wouldn't even have heard of me. So it was. That was an incredible performance. Being 2 up, they scored 2. Coisty gets a penalty, and the celebrations start again. Back to my hometown for another party. So it was. They were coming thick and fast at that time, the celebrations. But it was a great game, full house.
There's a picture here with parties.
Picture with what?
With parties. Good on you, mate. Good on you. Only live once. What was it like being a substitute? Because obviously, if you're playing the game, you're on the park, and you've got to do what you've got to do. But being a substitute in that atmosphere, a cup final, all firm cup final, The nerves.
Well, it put me on the middle of the park, and it's somewhere I hadn't really played before. I was generally playing right back at that time. I remember he took me Joe McDonald off because Coisty was playing in the middle of the park, and he pushed Coisty in to play up top with Sandy, and just asked me to go in there and just kind of nullify Tam Burns because Tam was obviously the playmaker. So really I just went in and just get tore into MD I could, to be fair, within reason, but it's amazing how quick the game was. I don't think I let myself down, wasn't on the ball that much, but anything I did it tidy enough and made a couple of decent tackles. But I just remember the whistle going at the end of the extra time, and first person that was next to me was Jimmy Nicholl, and I just grabbed him and nearly broke his neck. Gave him a cuddle and let him go because I was just trying to grasp the moment. I remember it as if it was yesterday or the day. It was mental, unbelievable feeling.
It was only wee steps then to go up to Hampden. It was only about 3 or 4 steps. You got the cup, then you come down, but then you obviously kept the Bears. And
what was it? And Big Joe, well, then we're out celebrating, and all these scarves were getting thrown onto the track side, and oh Jesus, I had hunters round my neck, and the fans were singing Totty's Mash, giving it loudy, and we're giving it loudy back with them, and it was just an unbelievable experience. And then Big Jokes out getting in amongst them as well, and even for us it was great, but even for the fans to see, their team right in front of them, and the players singing with the fans, it's that's what we've been missing for a long time. That's what we've been missing for a long, long time. And hopefully the days will not be that far away again.
I mean, the vast majority of that team that won the Cup obviously were British, Scottish, in fact. McCloy, Nicholl, Dawson, McClellan, Patterson, McPherson, Russell, McCoy, Clark, McDonald and Cooper. So the connection with the fans is better.
Obviously I do. It. Well, of course they do. And at that time, God, everything was, you get away with things then, obviously, in the dressing room, it wouldn't be happening now. And that's just the way it was then, the dressing room was full of blue noses, total blue noses. I remember, passed my test at 17, Coop didn't drive till he went to Motherwell. And the only reason he did eventually want to drive was because his first year at Motherwell was player of the year, and it was a motor. So Coop had to drive late on in his career. But initially it was a great honour for me to take Coop into training, and he was, what a great learning curve that was for me, picking up Davy Cooper every morning. Me fill that call, 17, first wee motor Coop. He picked me up, used to call me Yosser after Yosser Hughes. Used to have a great laugh at that. And then that mad Liverpool guy used to just sing to Eden every day. We used to have a carry on about that, and he used to say, right, Yosser, pick me up. And used to pick Davy Cooper up. What an honour that was for me to pick Davy Cooper up.
What was the motor you had? What was the motor?
A wee blue Escort, a wee light blue one. It was my dad's. My dad gave me it. Right, he said, right, get that motor clean. You're picking up Davy Cooper. I'm out hoovering the motor and that, washing it on too. Picking up Coop. And at that time we went into training Colin Tie. I think it must have been the only club that obviously did go Colin Tie. And Coop used to come to his house. Coop dressed the way he played. Coop was the smartest guy at the club. And not a lot of people knew what Coop May got up to in that motor. Coop was unbelievable. What a singer he was, right? And he would sing to all the music, and he would improvise words and bring words into songs and all that. And he used to have me nearly crashing the motor now, mate. It was that funny. And he used to sing, Coop used to sing the Sash in the motor, Billy Boys, all this stuff, man, mental. And yeah, mate, especially prior to Old Firm games and all that. That was my build up. In him on a Friday, team talking in the boot room, and then Coop singing the Sash and him in the motor before the game on the Saturday. And it was great. And I forget it. Great times. Fabulous times.
Being a young man, and there's some experienced pros in there, obviously. Big Peter was still there, who played in the Barcelona Bear team,
I know. Big Peter ruled the roost. He was a gaffer.
Was he?
He just barred every day. Big Peter just got up and slapped folk. That would be it. Coisty was in the end a right doing of him a right few times. Coisty was always a jokester, and Big Peter would go up and go, "Oh, you shut it and you're getting it." I ain't bother, big man, no problem. We still get it anyway. Slapping the head if he was carrying on and things like that. But Peter was a gaffer. I remember that Old Firm game, the cup final, when none of the players knew what the bonus was, like pre-match. It was only when we were in the bath, somebody says to Peter, what was the bonus? Because we were all feared to ask the gaffer. And I remember I was in the big pool with Peter, and he shouted, "Gaffer!" I was it, Peter. He said, "What was the bonus today, gaffer?" 1,500. 1,500. £1,500 a man. How many years ago was that? 36 years ago.
34 years ago.
So it was 15, that was the bonus that day, 1,500 quid. And I'm like, I couldn't believe that.
I'm all you there. Do you get a new motor?
What a new Cortina. Off a guy Lark Hall, a blue one with Kamak upholstery. You want to see it on the box. That was brilliant. I put my first motor, my web on his cup final, brilliant, tremendous. But,
who was the guys that looked after you? Because obviously he was a different position. Who were the guys that were trying to encourage you, help your game?
I'll tell you who was very, very good at that time, and he didn't play in that particular cup final. Gregor Stevens was very good. That's how I probably became so dirty. Big Sid would learn me all the tricks. Big Tam, I used to travel with Big Tam and wee Tam as well. Remember, they picked me up when I was a boy. Just went full time at 16. Big for size. I'd watch him in training. He would train every way he played. Big Colin McAdam, God rest him, big weeks away as well. I watched his enthusiasm, how he was up for it. John McDonald scored goals in training as if he'd scored in a cup final. So you kind of turn a wee bit to everybody. Coisty was there, you know, and getting a hard time, and I used to see him in tears, getting pelters off the fans, but Kate wanting the ball, Kate wanting to get fit, Kate wanting to score goals, and it's amazing how you just pick up things in general. I would say probably, I would still say Coop. Coop was the one that looked out for me, because we had this bond of travelling together, playing together. Lanarkshire boys, he was Motherwell, I was Larkhall, and I just think we had quite a strong bond, Coop and I, especially when we were at Ibrox together. Then, of course, when you move on, you lose contact with a lot of boys, but generally, Davy Cooper was my hero anyway, and then he became a friend, and that the bond even got stronger, and he was different class.
And that cup final team, in my opinion, at that time, the two of the finest football players, one of them being Russell, another one being Cooper. As football players, I'm not talking about maybe sometimes he was good in bad games, but boy, could they play, the two boys.
Bobby Russell, I had Bobby up at the golf here, up at Bonnet, and just a weeks ago with Ian Ferguson, not Fergie America, Fergie that came from Dundee, and Ian Ferguson, and Bobby Russell was cultured, Mirrleigh Park, came from Shelton Juniors, a wee guy, wasn't much aim, he got stuck in, but he was magnificent in the ball, Hall of Fame, keeps rubbing my nose in that, of course. He is up on the board, and there's nobody you can take that away from. And Bobby, he very seldom goes to games, Bobby, no interested, doesn't go. But fantastic player. Loved a night out, still loves a night out. I get with him now and again in the city. Likes a beer, and let's just say likes a wee sniff of the perfume as well, the wee man. So,
no changed like a lot, has he? He's not changed a lot.
He's not changed. Introduced me to some one or two undesirable shops in Melbourne. We'll just leave it at that. All the years ago in the World Tour. Still bring it up and have a laugh. It's great fun. He's still a great guy and fit for nearly 60 now, I think, Bobby. But great guy, brilliant.
Was he not coaching the kids a while ago?
Yeah, he was, and I think there was a bit of an issue. I don't know what happened. Was he then went to Canada when he worked with Rangers, and I think there was a bit of a fallout. I think him and Coist, believe it or not, and he moved away. And I know. I think Coist was the gaffer at the time, or he was assistant to Walter, and there was something happened on the coaching side of things that Robert broke ties with the club. Shame, big shame.
Good player. But as a young man, you're thinking, where's this going to take me? You're starting to play. You're making your debut as substitute, and then you make your debut in a defeat. We'll no look to your first Old Firm game away. You're on the bench, but 18 years of age. Come on, you're like the boy McCrory at the moment, mate. You're getting a taste for it. You're playing with experienced pros, and you're learning your trade.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, I think really, if you're getting thrown in at that age, then you start having a wee bit of belief in your own ability. And Big Joke was, age was no barrier. He just decided, right, he thinks that, if you're good enough, you're old enough. And as I say, it was just good to be involved, because it meant training with the first team. It meant in the first team dressing room. It meant listening to all the banter. So you did really feel it wasn't a case you were still training with reserves and pull you down for the wee dressing room. He had you in there, being a part of it, and again, being in team talks, listening to Big Joke, listening to Big Jokes like pre-match, like the day before on the Friday. Big Joke would always come into the dressing room and put the squad up and go, right, first team squad boot room. So they would all run up to the notice board and see if they were in the squad, and then into the boot room. And Big Joke would name his team on a Friday, always name his team on a Friday, and you knew he was involved. He'd name his subs on a Saturday. Some of the stuff that went on in the boot room on a Friday, especially before the Old Firm game on a Saturday, Big Joke used to get the Subbuteo board out and put all the players down on there, and start off with Walker and Monroe, McPherson. I was in the team, and then Burns, Russell, McDonald, McCoy, and he would have you up well fired up on a Friday. The first person you met in the corridor when you came out, you just wanted to have them in two. He had you pumped up that much, and that was the Friday. So his team talks were unbelievable before Old Firm games. But again, in there at 17, 18, and looking around about you and going, Jesus, you always just go, is this actually happening to me? Then you just you lose that, because you're in, then still got to be doing it on the part to keep, your place in the team. But it was,
you started the next season in the team, mate.
Aye.
We brought in Cammy Fraser and Ian Ferguson, obviously who you mentioned already, who came from Dundee. Big Jock was trying to change the squad, and you became pretty much a regular.
Yeah, that season, I think I did a lot of, there was a lot of young players years ago, picked up player of the years, I think, and all that year. I think that was just after the World Tour, if I'm right in saying. And Cammy came down, didn't really work out for Cammy. I remember the day he gave the Govan stand to Vicky. Hardly ever played again. I had a couple of set twos with him as well. Him and I never really seen eye to eye. Fergie, I'm still pally with Fergie today. Fergie was a top player. Probably again when soon as I didn't really get a great chance, he was on his way, and it made himself a few quid in a good career. It was. When you actually look at it now, when you look back at the players that Big Jock had, there was some good players in there. There was a lot of good players. And they just always just fell short that particular season again on and winning stuff,
I mean, that particular season wasn't the greatest season for us there, but the next season, well, it was all if, buts and maybes. And from memory, mate, I think we won, I think it was 8 out of the first 9, and then we played Aberdeen, and you get sent off for the first and only time. And that game was, I think there was more than one player sent off that day.
And did we start the season as good as that? Weren't we? Were we flying early on? Aye.
Flying. I tell you, he was flying, and people when they realised Bobby Williamson was flying for us, mate.
Aye, up front. I remember that. I remember that. And I remember the game. I remember John Hewitt went by me maybe about 15 minutes into the game, and I remember, I absolutely clattered him. And he's lying there, poleaxed in the ash, and I'm shouting, get up, I've got angry with you, get up. And next thing, the big referee comes there, who'd got a bit of a reputation of being a Celtic fan anyway, George Smith. I remember him walking over to me, Mr. Burns, you were very, very late, and I'm thinking, I'm getting away with this, I'm at home, I'll be okay. Straight red. couldn't believe it. Because I think I'm right in saying on the Wednesday, had we no beat Osasuna at home 1-0.
And about 10 days before.
Aye, because I knew we were going to Spain after that game to play them in the replay. And I went off, and then before you knew it, I was just in the dressing room and I heard the clatter of the studs coming down the corridor as well, and Big Patterson came in, take jersey off, throwing his tap all over the place, kicking everything that was in front of him. He got his marching orders, but at that time, Aberdeen were top notch. They were the team to beat, and I think they turned this 3-0. They done us big time, 3-0. And I think we just, if I remember right, it just didn't happen for us after that. After the great start,
you started. You out the first 10, you won. You drew 2, 1-8, and then the wheels came off. But I think a lot of people looking back, that was the game that the wheels came off.
That's a great start. I would never have believed we'd started like that, because I know you've obviously got stats and done your stuff on that. But I would never have thought we'd have won 8 and drawn 2 going into that game.
We just lost just before it against Hibs, but up until then we were flying. And it looked as if we were going to do something.
I still see bits of that game, and the fans were on the part as well when they were trying to get it straight. I think, to be fair, to help us. But Aberdeen were top notch at the time, and that was a good
side. They did have a good side.
They did. There's no doubt about it. What a team Fergie assembled there. I know it wasn't nice for us to accept that, but what a team he had. Unbelievable. It was unbelievable. So that was it. It was kind of downhill that season.
Obviously things, the club started to change later on that season. There was some famous games that still took part. There was a 4-each draw against Celtic at Ibrox that you played in, mate. That must have been a mental game.
Aye, unbelievable. Pissing wet. It was hammering down. I remember we on Owen Archdeacon, was buying me halfway through, quite early into the first half, and played it into the middle. And we Mo get the first one. I think McClare get one as well. 4 out were 2 down. Willie McStay hacked Big Ted down in the bottom left corner, and we get back into the game at 2-1. But I remember getting in at half time, and Big Joke was standing at the dressing room door and battering everything in the back of the head as he went in. As we went in, because he knew they were down to 10 men. He was obviously trying to get us well up for it. And then, of course, I'm playing against my namesake. I'm playing against Tam. Tam Burns is playing left midfield, and this is a true story I'll never tell. Tam Burns is playing left midfield, and as Tam Burns does, he jinks here, he jinks there, slides it by Big Nicky, and he's in off the post. And Tam does his normal, runs into the Celtic end. And at that time, Celtic had half the stand, half the enclosure, and the full away end, of course. And Tam goes in there, he's doing in his knees, gives it, blesses his cell, and then runs by me, singing the Soldier song, right? Along with all the Celtic fans, right? I'm like, you dirty bastard. I'll need to get you back one way or another. So, of course, the way the game pans out, it's 3-2, it's 3 each, and I think Flecky put us up 4-3. I'm pretty sure it was, wasn't it? As Cammy Fraser, back post.
Let me just check. I've got it in front of me, mate.
It was.
The fourth goal was scored by Cammy Fraser. He scored 2 that day.
Right, that's right. I remember it was a hanging header at the back. So, of course, everybody's piled on the boys down in the bottom of the Colton Road, and there's only one person I'm looking for at 4-3. It's Tam Burns who's standing with his hands in his hips, and the boys are going, hello. And you came, I was singing into Tam Burns' face when it went 4-3 for the Rangers. Tam's looking at me, he's have to see your pass. So, and then of course, my sidekick in Rock Sport now, Murder McLeod, puts an unbelievable finish by Big Shortbeard Fingers. Rumour
has it that he was trying to kick it into the stand, mate, so that the Rangers could win. Is this true?
We'll put a pop at him for that, but it was a great finish. It was fitting it finished 4-3 up, and I think it was about 5 minutes to go. What a goal it was. they're down to 10 men, but that's what they were all about as well. They hung in and probably just deserved to get the point in the game, but what a game to be involved in. I think I come off about 15 minutes to go. I don't know who come on for me, but then I'm knackered. I'm playing the right side and pushing on.
I'll tell you, mate. I'll tell you. Derek Ferguson.
Fergie come on, didn't he?
Aye. Coop came on at half time. Coop came on at half time, aye.
Or who, McMahon?
Doesn't know what to tell you, mate. I'll try and check that out. I think it was that.
Maybe been Ted. Coop wouldn't have been. God, he would have been happy on the bench. Let's start against the Old Firm and sell it. Jesus. 13
players, all Scottish, mate.
Scottish players.
All Scottish. Walker, Burns, Monroe, McPherson, McKinnon, Durant, McMahon, Russell, Fleck, Fraser, McCoy, subs, Cooper and Ferguson.
Wow. A lot of blue noses in that team. Big time. Brilliant. Great game.
And that, unfortunately, was your last Old Firm game, but it's a famous game because there was a documentary done at the time. I think it was called Into the Fire. And they used that game for the documentary, so that's always going to be there, mate.
My last game.
Well, your last Old Firm game. So obviously the club's changing. You're a young man.
Yeah.
And you've got decisions to make about your career, and you were telling us how you ended up at Hearts.
Well, at that time, I had just signed. I had signed a 5-year contract with Rangers, and the reason I'd signed a 5-year contract with Rangers because I was impressed on what I was doing in the reserves. He put me in the first team. It gave me the choice to go the world tour. I go and play with Scotland under 18s and the under 18 European Championships in Russia. But it was a no-brainer for me to go on the world tour because I wanted to push into the team. And they were the guys that were paying my wages. And I think he had said to me, listen, he says, I think you're making the right choice. I'll let Roxburgh know you're not going to Russia, you're coming with us. So what I did was I remember getting a phone call to go up into the manager's office. Again, he wasn't that long up for Leicester, but I did a good start and sat down, and Laura had did the contract, sat down and went, Shuggy, how you doing? Heard good reports about you. Willie Waddle's watching you. Bob McPhail, who travelled with the reserves, always brought reports back to the manager. And he says, you're my type of player. You tell me you're a winner. I've seen you in training. I want to get you on a long-term contract. How does 3 years sound? It's £300 a week, £100 win bonus, £100 appearance money. I says, Gaffer, that's absolutely brilliant. I'm well in with that. I couldn't believe it. I'd been offered a 3-year deal because my contract was up. And he says, I'm no longer up for Leicester, as you know. He says, I'm getting to know the club again, getting to know my players. He says, where are you free anyway, Larry? I says, and this is a true story. He says, I says, Gaffer, I'm for Lark Hall. He says, you're for Lark Hall? He says, just make that a 5-year, son. He says, let's get that contract signed up now. And Laura had to come in, go back and change it into 5 years because I told him it was for Lark Hall. He was doing cartwheels. So that was the true story. And I thought, that's me. I'm there. And there was nobody anywhere disappointed when he lost his job. And but then obviously a lot of the Bears the main soonest didn't see eye to eye, and it was very tough to take purely on the strength of the guys who had been brought up with there or had been given a chance to impress soonest. But he told me his card was marked about me. I'll never forget him saying that. So I don't know. I know who basically had a go at me. David Holmes. I don't know. I know who. Basically fell out with me. Had a go at me. David Holmes. I don't know. I know who. Basically fell out with me. Had a go at me. David Holmes. I know who. Basically fell out with me. Had a go at David Holmes. I why be here. And all credit to Big Slim, he kicked on, and he kicked on that much. Obviously, Walter brought him back. I just, especially the first couple of seasons, 2 or 3 seasons after that, I just became a shadow of myself as a player because I didn't have that will to win. I didn't have that passion in me that I had at Ibrox that got me through games. Technically, there was a lot of better players than me, but as the old cliche say, play for the jersey, and there's never a better place to play than where you want to play, and that was taken away from me because I'd still 3 years of my contract left when Soon sold me Wasteland to Hearts. Hearts were a great club, I've got to say, brilliant fans, the Blue Noses of the East. Still part of a wee Gary Locke, and they have good banter, and they sends me a lot of stuff through. And Hearts are great fans, but nothing like what I was used to for all the years, and it just kind of fizzled out. And then I got a wee boost late on when I went to Kelly and Ayr and that, and you're always known as an ex-Rangers player, but I just wish that I had been given the chance, and I could have stayed in that team. I'm pretty sure I could have, but I wasn't given the chance, and well, I'm still bitter at what happened. And after all these years, Tom had a book launch a few months back, in fact it was a while back, and he invited me to the Blue Room to it, and he says the only problem is, he says, I'm just letting mark your card that Mr. Souness will be there. I said, well, I'll not be there, and I wouldn't even talk to Souness. If I ever seen him again, I would never talk to him. And you know something, he sold better than me, tried to move better than me, and I'm always under the impression anyway that Walter was the man. Even when Souness came in, Walter ran the show. Souness trained, Walter ran the show, took the training. He was the one that did all the technical side of things. Souness didn't, because Souness wasn't capable of doing that. He was capable of attracting the big players, obviously the way that the managers went in right now and getting names in and people who want to come and play for Stevie Gerrard, which is brilliant to see. But Walter, and it's no sour grapes, it's how it was, because I was there to witness it. Walter was the man, because it's proved that when Souness has moved on from Rangers, where was he as a success? Nowhere. Souness wasn't successful anywhere in management. Successful, I think, 1 season at Liverpool, won an FA Cup, but that wasn't good enough for them. But it is what it is. I can't turn the clock back. I just wish that I'd been given the chance to play in his team, and I wouldn't have let him down. But still very bitter even now that he just totally shunned me, and David Holmes turned on me. And I remember getting off the team bus at Ayr United, and Holmes was in charge of Falkirk for a wee while. And again, he went to say hello, and I knew what happened. And what you see is what you get with me. I will never, I'll no fault with MD unless they've caused me any drama. I always want to be friends with people, but people that turn their back on me, then they don't get a second chance. That's it. I move on, and never two people that, for me, let me down at the club.
I know it's difficult to comprehend, but you never let yourself down playing football. You were very, very popular with the support mate at that time.
Yeah.
You were known as a young boy who gave 100%, mate.
That was always in me anyway. But then you become a better player because you're playing with better players and you play in front of 40 and 50,000 every week that are driving you on anyway. And they were always more than happy just to. Seeing you, it's the same as now. The boys might not be playing that great in some games, but if they give 110%, and it's so cliche, that's what the Bears pay their money for. And there's nothing better than tackles flying in, the fans are up off their seat, and that's no changed over the years either. I don't know, really, when you think about it. Fans still want to see the Rangers boys get into tackles, win tackles, do the right things. Technically, I was doing the business on the park as well, because I'm in the under-21s at the time. I wasn't that far away from to getting in the full squad. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was doing everything right. Because I remember Walter telling me when he came down for Dundee United, as soon as they arrived till later on, because the Sampdoria contract had to be honoured. I remember walking over from the training field at Bellhausen doing pre-season. He says, "You're going to be a big part of the plans here." He says, "I know that for a fact." Walter says that to me. Within a season I was away, because there was a season that was really there and I wasn't involved at all. But Walter had to side with the manager. I don't have a problem with that. Assistant managers have got to go with the manager. But it was horrible the way.
It can be a horrible industry, mate. It can be a horrible industry.
It done that to you, because at that time now, you know, if you're not playing, you weren't earning. It's different now. Player power now dictates, you know, if they want to move, they'll move because they're on, you know, big dough and they can afford to do that. But at that time, it was affecting me financially not to be playing, you know, because I was used to, you know, having a great living, and then suddenly I was in the reserves, which affected even earnings in the days as well. So it was whammies coming from everywhere. I wasn't expecting.
Sorry about that, Hugh. We've just dropped off. So he'll be back in a wee second. He'll be back there in a second.
I'm here, mate. I'm here.
There he's back.
Good.
Right, so just a quick one for you. You played 50 odd games for the club, yeah, and another couple of dozen or so as substitute. But who did you play with the most? Who did you start with the most, from memory?
Who did I start with?
Yes, what player? That shocked me.
Who did I start with the most? Who would that be? Stuart Munro.
44 times you started with Big Slim.
Did I start with Slim? Aye. That's
the best. Aye. So that was a young Scottish defence, really.
Aye, it was when you think about it. But it's amazing how Big Joke had brought in, well, like say Big Slim, I said earlier on, Fergie, Flecky, Durante. You know what I mean? You know, all these boys come through, picking players like Stuart Munro for Alloa for next to nothing as well. But Big Slim, I think Big Jock used Big Slim in the middle of the park a lot. I know, because he went to McClelland and Parson at the back. So Big Slim would have played a lot in the midfield for Big Jock. Big Jock liked him playing in there. I don't see much of Big Slim now. I see the odd thing on Facebook and what have you, and we just keep in touch and say hello. But and that Qua tournament as well, I went to Qua with Big Slim. And again, all the boys went through there. And I think we won it in 1981. Somebody texted me the day that. Part of all the boys as well. That's before we all then broke into the first team. So somebody was doing their job right there at that time. And I told you who it was. It was Big Proven. Big David was brilliant with the boys.
Just shows you. I mean, well, you can say what he's like, but a lot of his long and successful career. Maybe not the careers you wanted, but still long and successful careers.
But you know, like Big Jock signed. David Proven signed Ian Durant. David Proven signed Derek Ferguson. David Proven signed Big David McPherson. David Proven signed me, Billy Davis. Endless amount of players Kenny Black. They were all Big Jock signings. That were fantastic and had great careers. So, you know, that's a big ratio of players going full time and becoming footballers for 15 and 16 years. So they did know their stuff then. When you looked at it, because Big Joke came in and made Alec Taunton his assistant, so Joe Mason stood down to take the reserves along with Stan and Davy, who was in charge of the youth. So the structure of the club, actually, when I think about it, was bang on. Because we all knew what we all were to an extent, and it was that's just what was kind of installed in us for an early stage in my career. But Big Slim, 44 games. That's amazing. Funny.
He was the one you started with. I wouldn't if I'd been put my hat on, I went for McCoist.
Coist as well, yeah. I would have thought so. He'd have played a lot of games, and Stuart
he was 42, McCoy, so he wasn't 4 behind.
Was it really? I start 40 games, well, man. Wow.
You can tell me you made him the player he was.
Oh no, I still keep in contact with him. I hear him on a Friday with Brazil, and I ping some stuff after him and on the WhatsApp, all the daft stuff. But he's doing great. He's doing what he's good at on that radio and a wee bit of TV work and all that. But Coisty was great with me as well because he was the big signing, wasn't he? Big Joke brought him up for Sunderland and did the work initially for him. Sorry, Greggy brought him up, I think, wasn't it?
Aye, that's right.
And obviously Big Joke got hold of him, but Big Joke loved him to bits, you know, for the type of boy he was anyway. And we all just used to laugh at him. He was as funny all the years ago as he is now. He'll never lose that edge, to be fair. He was brilliant.
Most naturally gifted finisher you worked with?
I think, you know, out of them all, and Costa Club nothing, wee Flecky was an unbelievable finisher. Wee Robert Fleck was just different class. Knew where they were. It was me at Christendom. I christened him Posel. Surprise, he lived in Posel. And, you know, I didn't know what Posel was. I knew it was in the city. I said, where are you from? Me, man, Posel. And it was just called Posel. Everybody called him Posel. Mental. But wee Posel was brilliant, man. He just fired them in foul angles. Brilliant, great little player. Costa Club nothing. And went on to have a brilliant career as well. I mean, he's down south. I think he's in works for. I don't know what he does. I think he works with the kids. You know, the kids that are, you know, needing carers and things like that. You know, like some homes he works in. He does well in that line of work. That's what he does. A lot of players do that as well. To be fair, that's the kind of line of work they're in. So, he man does great. Don't hear from him. Look from him on Facebook and get a bit of chat with him. I'm no long on Facebook. I've not had any pelters off any Celtic fans yet, but that'll come, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I know you're a technical genius. I know that.
Aye. I'll put it this way, this wouldn't be hard without Elizabeth, so I've got to give her a mention.
Here.
I was sitting having coffee with her this morning at 9 o'clock. I says, these boys are on here tonight. I says, I need to show me how to work this phone because I'm absolutely hopeless. That's what it is. That's what happens when you don't go to school. You get held back in the medial.
Well, that's because the school was sending you to play football for them all the time.
That's very true, very true. On a Tuesday afternoon, Cam McLean would pick me up at my house in Bartonshaw Larkhall, and my modern studies teacher used to look at me. I'd look at him at 3:15. He would give me the nod. I'd be down the stairs, up the road up to the house, change me. Tam would be at the door at 4 o'clock for me. So he knew I was crap at school, but he could have thought I might have a career in football. So I was away training early on in the man with the teacher's blessings, to be fair. So that worked out okay.
Who were that whole time, that whole period? Obviously, you mentioned your father.
Mm-hmm.
Was he the biggest influence in pushing you forward in the game, or was there anybody else, boys club wise, school wise?
Aye, my uncle Tommy Henderson, was at Celtic. Surprise. Didn't play the first team, but a fantastic winger. You know, according to my papa and my dad, he's unbelievable ability. Went to Leeds United, so my mum's brother. So that was in the blood. My dad was didn't play, but he was incredibly supportive, as in the school teams in the morning, have my boots ready to go and play with Gart Coast in the afternoon, would take me into training. No one of the dads that hung about, but very unassuming, him and my mum. I lost my dad in November, you know, it's when you look back, you realise what he done for me. I met a guy the day in school, but I didn't know my dad passed away, and says he was brilliant. So you're fit for shug, wasn't he? I says he was unbelievable. So my dad was the laid back one in the house. My papa, my mom's dad, he was the wee fiery one. He was the one that played at junior level and knew what it was all about. He was the one that was the blue nose, and he often said to me, he stayed with my mum and dad when my nana died, and he used to often say to me, listen son, the best thing you ever done signing for the Rangers. I says, is that right, Papa? He says, aye. He says, I've never needed to put my hand in my pocket doing for years. He says,
so you were an investment, eh?
He says, especially after humping that mob on a Saturday, he said, if I had a result against him, he says, oh man, I knew I was going down that road and going back up with what I had in my pocket on a Monday night, he says. So he was the character, but he was the fiery one. If I got in the car, he would slaughter me. My dad would be saying, my dad would always say you had a quiet game. That meant I didn't do much, or I didn't have a good game, I had a quiet game. that my papa would slaughter me. But he knew the game. He probably knew the game a wee bit more than my dad. So my papa would say that my papa would slaughter me. But he knew the game. He probably knew the game a wee bit more than my dad. So my papa would say
on your football career,
100%, aye. 100%.
I get that. Your father's your father, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
And it was always there for me, of course, to shunt about left, right, and centre, me and my papa. Because starting off in playing with the school team, Larkhall Academy in the morning, and then home, and cup of soup, some toast, and then with the boys in the afternoon, and never thought about being tired, you know, when we were that age. So
no, that's how you learned the game as well.
That's absolutely. So my papa is biggest influence, definitely.
Your time at Ibrox, and I'm going to move on to the rest of your career because there's one bit sticks out for me. I want to hear about Fulham, mate. I've just got to hear how you got on in the West End of London.
How I got there?
Aye, how you got there. But at your time at Ibrox, you played with some genuinely top class players.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to maybe single anybody out, but who was your top three, mate?
Top three players would definitely be Coop would be number one. Up there would be the guy we mentioned in the middle of the park, Bobby Russell, and a guy who just used to absolutely bamboozle defenders, but you know, he probably wouldn't even know what he was doing, but I've seen him if it to screw full-backs out the park after games when Big Ted was on fire. Big McMahon was unbelievable to play behind because you never knew to overlap because you never get it. He gave when you didn't want it, but he would keep it. And I remember one of the games at Bulkhead. He kicked one. He scored for the corner.
He did. He scored for the corner.
Aye, and he did wee silly dances. He was the first of all the silly stuff. He came from Queen of South. Big Joke signed him, and I would say Coop, Bobby Russell, and Ted McMahon were probably the three players. But again, Derek Ferguson was incredibly gifted midfield player as well. Same age as me, I think younger Fergie. Hamilton boy, knew the score. We went about together. Him and Durant and Flecky. We were all party as well. Up at the old pizza land for our Friday lunch, and then quite on Friday, but we'd make up for it Saturday and Sunday nights. But you know, it was amazing times. Training together, playing together, travelling together, getting out together, drinking together. It was incredible times. But they were my three top players at Rangers. All
right. Well, we have a tune now, mate, and you're welcome to join us again after the tune. But it's your call, Hugh.
I'm absolutely. I'm free.
You might know the tune, mate. You might know the tune.
You sing that? Really sing?
No. I've heard you singing. If it was maybe Cooper, we'd let him sing.
Brilliant.
Right, we're going to have a tune for your Fox.
I sailed the wild Atlantic across the broad Pacific shore. I sailed around the starry capes and I've heard the forties roar. I've climbed the Indian Ocean and I've sailed the China Sea, but there's a sea back home in Scotland more than all the rest of me. It's the blue sea of my rocks. It's the greenest sight that I have ever seen. Seven seas, no
don't get that one in Rock Sport, do you?
No, but I'm going to try and get that one. That would be... what an opening tune that would be, wouldn't it? Can you imagine that? You know, it'd be brilliant, that, wouldn't it? Listen, you'll need to tune in. I was in the shower the day, right, and I'm going, right, I'm going out to my pal's pub to watch the game on Sunday, because I wouldn't go there anyway. I think it's restricted view. I was at a game at the turn of the year, and it's the first time I've been in that end, and I'm going, I'll never be back in here, right? 50 quid for that. I was raging. I couldn't believe it. But I wasn't at 50 quid. I'm going, no value is close to that, Mom. I hated it. And then I'm going, please, please, please get a result on Sunday, because I've got a crack Rangers start, right? And I'm going to do Rock Sport. I'm going to give me a jumper on Monday night. I've got it planned, right? I'm going to go in on Monday night with a jumper on and tap a Rangers start. I'm going to whap my jumper off at the top of the show if we've won the game. See if we win on Sunday.
It'll be a secret now, mate.
I know, but tell the boys, if anybody's listening, don't tell anybody, right?
I hope there's a lot of people that are listening can manage to keep a secret, mate.
Right, well, however, if the Bears are listening, please let's keep it loyal. Let's be loyal to one another, right? Let's be loyal. So the Rangers Tap will be on Facebook Live, on whatever it is at the day. So you can see it on Facebook Live anyway, Rock Sport. I'm going to do a Rangers Tap on, so I don't want to use the word pray, right? You know what I'm talking about. I'm hoping and amongst hope that we can go there and beat them on Sunday. Because what a feeling that would be. I'm going to the Albert Bar and Airdrie, if anybody knows it, they're all welcome. My mate owns it. I'm no longer at the pub game. I came out a year ago. I'm at the pub in Prestwick. And I'm going to my mate's pub with my missus to have a great day. The only problem is I booked into a hotel in Coatbridge. I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
That was bad planning, that one.
It must be a deal. There must be a deal to be had. She phoned me. She
must have been a good one.
Nice new hotel. I says, where is it? She says, Coatbridge. I went, oh no, I'm not going to Coatbridge. But it'll be dark when we get back home. But I'm just, imagine us beating them on Sunday. Oh man.
I hope so. I think they could implode, but fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed. Right, I need to skip back to some of your Scottish career, mate. I need to hear how you ended up in the West End of London, mate, when you played for Fulham. Okay,
so I've went to Hearts. I've had a couple of seasons at Hearts. Didn't really work out. Before you knew it, I went through that stage of falling out of love with the game. And before you know it, I'm on my way to Fulham. But I had to sign for. I signed to Dunfermline, and Big Freddie Boswell, Big Jim Leishman, had signed me there for a couple of years. And again, I'm thinking of moving on. Big John Watson, who I played with up front at Dunfermline, had went to Fulham. He phoned me up. He said, Shuggy, we're looking for a right back. You want to come down and loan? The manager at that particular time was a guy called Ray Lewington, who's been the England assistant manager, is now at Palace. Great little lad. He was starting his career because he played there at Palace and Fulham. And the chairman at the time was no other than Jimmy Hill. And I always had this vision of being into goals at Hampden, singing "We hate Jimmy Hill, he's a poof." And then next thing, I'm shaking his hand on the turf at Craven Cottage, being nothing but a two-faced so-and-so. Going, oh, nice to meet you, Mr. Hill. Nice to meet you. Pleasure to meet you. And I'm going, I could think of this. Was this song in the back of my mind when I'm shaking his horn on the park at Craven Cottage? So silly things like that don't leave you.
Always scan this section. Start on screen keyboard.
In fact, it was a great time. They had a house in Worcester Park. Travelled in from Worcester Park into the training ground every morning. Fulham were the lower tier then, remember. Crowds of 5,000 and 6,000. But the wee stadium was always smart. Obviously done a lot of work to it since then, but what a great feeling it was playing for Fulham. They would always have that feeling they had been there, and you would always have the feeling that they were going to go back there. So I was there probably on and off on loan for maybe 4 or 5 months. Moved on from there back up to Dunfermline. But great times, and I loved London. It was great.
For the boy for that call, the West End of London, there's a wee bit of a difference, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. I wasn't. When I actually think about it, when I was doing it, I still wasn't that old. I was only 25ish, you know, so still relatively young to be thinking about, you know, this is not really working out for me. But it didn't work out for me the move I played. But you know, he says, listen, I can't do a deal with Leishman. They're asking too much of Dunfermline when Fulham didn't have $2 bob to spend, and I was back up the road. And I managed to get a free off Dunfermline, and then before you know it, I sent me Hamilton Accies under Billy McLaren and Willie McLean. Then down to Kelly under Tam, Leishman, Fleeting, and then down to Ayr United with Burley. That didn't really work out with Burley. He moved on, he got sacked. And for me then it kind of gave me a kick start in my career. Big Stainrod came in to be the manager.
Oh, Simon. Okay, he was a character.
Oh, brilliant! Aye, brilliant. You know, his first day in, I'll not forget, it was a Wednesday. Came in and introduced himself. We trained. He says, "Listen, nobody away." Come into the dressing room, put a sheet up on the players' board, and everybody's up. He's like, "Well, is that the squad for Saturday, Gaffer?" But no, he says that's the squad for the night out. The night we're going to Club de Ma Wednesday night. Night out, team bonding, and we get relegated that season, but with a few good nights out. But Big Simon was brilliant with the fedoras and all that, and what publicity. No, I'm kidding on. We stayed up that year, did really well, and then the next year we went down again because they didn't have a lot of money to spend. So I left them. I left here to go to Dumbarton. With Murdo signed me. Murdo signed me on the Friday, sitting in the boardroom, did the deal. Sam McGivern. Saturday morning, my dad shouted up the stairs. He went, "Oh, Biggie, you've got a new manager." I says, "What is it?" He says, "Murdo's went to Partick Thistle the day." They sent me on the Friday night and then went to Thistle on the Saturday.
Must have been the straw broke the camel's back.
Couldn't believe it. There's a boost. We laugh at that. And Jim Fallon get the job. And him and I just didn't see eye to eye at all. We better give Kieran Fallon the job. He's probably the worst manager I'd ever played with. Jim Fallon, and then I was at 32. I was out of the game. I'm going, you know, what am I going to do? And
14 years of pro, but 14 years of pro, mate. You know what?
You know what? I was still doing it okay. You know, late on in my career, you know, Kelly and Ayr was probably, apart from Rangers, my best time. Late on in my career, I became a better player. Looked after myself a wee bit better, got fitter, and you know, things worked out okay for me then. So at 32, I'm out of the game. What am I going to do? And I joined the car trade. I became a salesman. Didn't know what to do. I went back junior. I went back to play with that call for a season. Got a wee payoff, and then went into the car trade. And well, the car trade was good to me because I can chat, as you know now. And you know, people would come into the garage and they'd want to chat to you. I think Kevin Drinkle's in the car sales now. I think Drinks is through working in Stirling for a big Merc dealer. So people will always buy. Don't get me wrong. The Bears would buy, but the ones for the dark side, they wouldn't be wanting to be spending the money with me, of course, you know. So so it was a double-edged sword, that one. But it was a great job for me, and it was a learning thing because it was the first job really that I'd ever had. So
a real job.
A real job. Aye, exactly. So to leave school at 15 and then go to my first job there was like 32-ish. Wasn't a bad start. It was a good start in life, you know.
That career, 14 years of pro, mate, played with some top players, stories to tell, enjoyed every minute of it. If you could change one thing, what would it be?
I've often said that when I left Rangers, I should have went to England. I spoke to Peter Grant about that. Peter's a good pal of mine, believe it or not. And Grant says he could never have played against the Celtic. And broke my heart. I remember going the night. I remember the Friday night, going to Rangers for my first game for Hearts. I lost 3-2. Vigilante sneaked in behind me. Ray Wilkins was God rest him. His first game. Butch signed him, flew him in for PSG, I think, on the Friday. And we couldn't believe it. We seen the team line, Butch Wilkins, what's happening here? and he was brilliant. Right, he sprayed it all the park, and I should have went, and it was so tough going to play against Rangers at Ibrox. So tough. Great game as well. It was a brilliant game. Full house, 3-2 Rangers. I was like, yes. No, I'm only kidding on. So the thing going back to play was tough. But should have went to England and started again, stripped it back, got myself fatter, and went down south. And I would have made my name down there. I did well in England, as much as I did okay in Scotland. But I should have went to England to play after leaving Rangers, because nobody's any bigger than Rangers, no matter who they are.
And then you're reborn as you've got into the media, you've got into the commentator. People want to hear your views. I think they like your honesty, mate. For being fair.
Yeah.
You became famous for a quote.
It was a bit silly. I would have milked it even more if we'd have won the game. But there was a few folk wanted to do some publicity stuff with it, and I went, nah, we lost the game. And it was just, it so happened at the time. It was a great ball for Scott Brown for me, and the ball at the top and the belly. And it could have been worse, because when you're doing live comments in an Old Firm game, you know, you really are in tenterhooks. We started the game so well. The game was there to be won. They got a man sent off. Obviously, you know, what's the goalie doing? Bringing T-shirts, mugs, all sorts of shit out all the city with it. But I can laugh at it now, but at the time I wasn't happy because my team got beat. And so I just thought, we need to just distance myself from this. So the media side's great. I would love to have done more media work, but the Clyde thing, the Radio Scotland thing, you know, as much as Big Sutton gets pelters, he's an act and he does what he does, and he makes, you know, he'll make a good living out of it. Clyde doesn't give that, Scotland doesn't give that, but our station does. So that's how I'm hoping that Bill drives Rock Sport on to become that one in the city. Go, you know, I'm going to listen to Rock Sport, because we do give Rangers a lot of coverage. We do. With me there, you're expecting anyway. You know that
tell
way.
The Bears that listening. Tell the Bears for listening when it's on and how they can listen to it, because obviously the world's changed. You don't always have to listen live now.
Well, you do. There's podcasts. It's on Monday to Friday, 6 to 8. Cod Talking Football, hosted by Bill Young. I'm on a Monday night with Murdo McLeod. Tuesday nights, one for the dark side, Big Jerry Collins, good lad. He'll be talking about Celtic all night, and you'll want to tune in a Tuesday, and I'm only kidding on. A Thursday, it's Ian Ferguson, my ex-teammate, striker. Then I'm on Friday night again with Paul Hegarty. But any night I'm on, you can know what the topic is, of course. And that's all I want to talk about, is talk about Rangers for 2 hours. No matter if I'm talking about that game, I'll always throw in something that happens at Rangers. So to be doing the Rangers TV, I do a bit after dinner. I love getting in amongst the Bears. And it's no publicity stunt for me. It's just I'm fortunate enough to be involved a wee bit. I'd love more media work, of course I would. But I'm happy, and I know the more I pin it to the mast that I'm a Rangers man, what have you, then the chances of getting more media work are limited. That's the way the West of Scotland is. But I don't care, because can you imagine me on some other channel having a pop at Rangers? No, I don't think so. And there's too many players that are, you know, first thing they want to do if anything's happened. That was pissing me off there for years, was ex-players having a pop at the club. Players who'd made fortunes at that club were having a go at the club, and the manager and everything else was all going on about it. Pissed me off every time I lifted up that paper. Players who'd made a lot of money there, having a go at them. Shut your trap, support the club, and get behind them. That's exactly what my motto is. Now, you know what I mean? That's exactly what ex-players should be doing. And they begin to do it now. The fact that we're getting wins, but you need them digging when things are not going well as well. I believe we've got the right people. I've always said I think we've got the right people. I know we've got the right people on the board. We've got Rangers men on the board who need investment. What company doesn't take investment? What company can't, you know, no company will turn away good investment. Dave King's the right man for the job. He's a blue nose through and through. The Park boys, blue noses. Douglas Park. They're all blue noses that are running that club now. No crooks the way it's been for years, not a shit that get in. They're the right people, and they've all looked for investment. And by the way, hats off to them what they're doing now. The money they're spending now, they're backing the manager.
Yeah, you're here, mate. And the manager himself.
They're backing them, bringing quality in. But the manager knows what he wants to bring in. He wants to bring in...
Just a question for you. Yes. After dinner speaking, mate.
Mm-hmm.
the first time you done it, what was more nerve-wracking? Doing that?
I remember. I remember my first gig done in Greenock Ordnance Halls with Donald Finlay and Bill McMurdo, and I was absolutely shitting myself. Stood up there, giving it wildy, and I managed to get through it, believe it or not, for my very first dinner. It's very nerve-wracking doing dinners. Obviously, the more you do, I don't have plan B, I have plan A. I do Rangers clubs, Masonic clubs. That's it. I don't go into mixed company. I could, but again, I think I lose my edge if I go into mixed companies. So I generally stick to Orange clubs, Rangers clubs, Masonic clubs. But very nerve-wracking. I remember Donald Finlay, who's the QC is great. He says, just calm down, son. I know it's very difficult for you to do that. He says, but just calm down. Donald, for me, is the best dinner speaker. And he doesn't do as much as he used to. But he's still different class. Him and Gagan are brilliant. But great. Very nerve-wracking, but brilliant. And they want you to be good. The Bears know I'm rough and ready, and they want you to be good. They don't expect a polished performance. But when you're doing dinners, it's all about the crowd. If the crowd are up for it, you give them it. And again, you've got to box clever nowadays as well. You're in the media, you're doing different things. You can't be seen to be over the top too much, but I always get my
There's cameras and all this stuff that were there a generation ago that things appear, but
definitely.
Listen, Shug, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, mate.
We've came at a great time because I've got 1 unit left on my phone for battery life, so we've cracked that. We've cracked. That's about an hour and 20 minutes. I've rabbited up years ago. That's good. Brilliant. An absolute pleasure coming on. I hope the Bears have had a wee insight to been born and bred in a stronghold and gone full time, playing with your heroes, playing loads of games, wish they were a lot more, and then going back and being involved. So one way or another, I'm still there. I'm 53. I've been there in a big club since I was 13. I get looked after. They're great with, if you're doing a wee bit of media stuff, and we're on the gantry every game, sitting next to wee John McDonald, and the place rocking right now. I hope we win in Russia. Hope we get through, and then we go get the Battle Fever on Sunday. And I hope the manager, he's a bus driver. What a big joke used to give a bus driver going up the London Road. He thought his mash was belting out in the team bus, never mind the supporters bus. And Big Joe would go up the bus, and the ones that didn't know the words, he would say, well, fucking hum it then. And Big Joe gave it loud. I don't know the words, Gaffer. Well, hum it. Let's just hope we get a result on Sunday and come away from there with a victory. So, thanks very much.
Can you see he's doing something this season with the players we've assembled?
Yes, because they're waiting to get beat. And we have got a guy who's played 130 odd European ties, 114 England caps, a winner, won loads of trophies, no except second prizes. He knows his stuff, speaks well, he's got class, he's getting help with McAllister, getting help with the board. Fans have been a great help as well. I just think he made a quote in the paper the other day that we could lose 4 times to Celtic and still win the league.
Well, Hugh Burns, supporter, fan, media punter, professional punter, media, professional football player. Thanks very much for taking the time to come and join us here at Rangers Radio, mate.
Well, we seem to have lost Ops again. Are you there, Holster?
I'm here, bud. I'm here.
Yeah, we're here. I think Hugh's back.
He's back in again. He's back in again.
Yep, we're back. He's all right, so I'm having a nightmare tonight. I don't know what's happening with me.
Hey, you did well. That was great. It was brilliant.
Aye. Anyway, he was a total gentleman, wasn't he, as well? We're very, very lucky with the people we're doing the show. How we doing, Bridge?
Excellent, bud. I really enjoyed that. Very insightful as well, you know. They started talking about young McDonald, John McDonald, And that took me back memories. He was my brother's best pal. They played in the school, Kingsridge School, together. And of course, he went on to greater things. But my brother used to say, he got your fill. He got your fill round with the box, God knows how many times. As soon as somebody touched him, he went down. John McDonald. That's where they get their big. Probably get the name Polaris for there.
Yeah.
We've also been joined by Big Ulster. How are we doing, big man?
Doing well, mate. That was a fantastic interview. I really enjoyed that.
And Fox has joined us as well, and we've also been joined by JFK.
JFK.
Jimmy.
JFK.
Oh,
Jimmy.
Brilliant. That was, I just glued to my seat here for 1 hour, 20 minutes listening to Shuggy. One of the best players that I've seen for Rangers in a lot of years. No nonsense player, but it was great to hear him there talking about how the Bears should play and how many Rangers players will be singing the sash on Sunday going to the game. None of them. And that's sad. But what an interview that was here. Well done, Ox. That was fantastic, mate. You done really well there, mate, and I was really pleased with what Shuggy said to us all. Fantastic, mate. Fantastic.
We've been very fortunate, Jimmy, with the people that's come on, mate. Every one of them's been first class, friendly, and good stories to tell. Funny and real stories, you know.
Dave, I'd like to. It'd be nice if I could maybe ask him a wee question, and I gave him one of my wee stories, and he talked about Ian Ferguson, who was signed for Rangers, for St Mirren. A friend of mine, a lot of years back, Ian Ferguson used to get us the autograph balls and shirts and that for our supporters club dances, and it was my birthday, and my pal Alan says to me, "Look," he says, "Fergus wanted to give you a wee present," and I couldn't wait, and I went and I met Fergie, and he says, "Here you are, Jimmy," and he gave me it, and it was the Rangers wrapping paper, old which I've still got, and it was about 14 by 18 inches. So I said, "Oh God, it must be a jersey." And opened it up, and it was a black and white photo of Fergie. Says, "Happy birthday, Jimmy," for Fergie. Best wishes.
Well done. Well done.
Brilliant stuff, and that was great, you know. And it'll be good to get Hugh on again. We really enjoyed that, Ox. That was absolutely fantastic, mate. Good
you know,
stuff.
Jimmy, can I just say, I'm going to have to give apologies to you, because I was wondering what you were talking about when you said Ian Ferguson. I thought he was speaking about Ian Ferguson, the striker.
He was talking about both of them. He talked
So did that. First, I know.
Wow.
Aye.
Talked about both of them.
Aye, did I? But absolutely fantastic, brilliant stuff. Really enjoyed it. Did enjoy it. Really enjoyed it.
We've also been joined by Fox. Everybody will be glad. Fox has returned, safe and sound. How are we doing, Fox?
Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord.
I'm fine. Evening, guys.
Fox hunt sober.
Just to let everybody know you're safe and sound, and we want to keep you somewhere in a dungeon or somewhere.
There was a vote Big Brother last night, was there no? I was here.
That's how he's it. Some wonderful insights in the life of a professional football player. 1 minute you're up, then the next thing you're doing, Big Ulster, eh?
This is it, mate. As you said yourself on the interview, it's going to be a cutthroat industry, football. But I think, as he said himself, it was different then, because when you weren't playing, it wasn't as if the contract stayed the same. You know, you didn't have a guaranteed certain amount of money. You had to go down to different wages when you played for the reserve. So tough times for him, and you could hear it in his voice. You could hear it. He was hurting, even talking it off 30 years ago. Still going over those bad memories for him. I know great memories for playing for the Rangers, but obviously when he had the leave Rangers and go to Hearts. But yeah, you could hear a genuine fan's pain, mate, of having it all in his hands, playing for the club he loved, and unfortunately, due to circumstances, not being able to do that anymore. But it's great to have him on, mate, and here's he's still got that love and passion for our club, and he sounds as passionate about Rangers as any of us guys on here. True supporter.
He's probably a good witness to how easy it is shall we say, depending on which manager you get, if you get a manager that really likes you for whatever reason, and he'll bring you on and live with you and work with you, and then you get another manager just didn't like you. No matter what it is, just didn't like you. And no matter how good you are, you're never going to be liked, and you're never going to get picked 100% of the time. It's just sad.
But I think in that circumstance there was that I think Souness was going in a direction that he wanted to take Rangers, and obviously thought that Hugh wasn't part of that, and that was
absolutely
sad. Yeah, that was sad because I remember going to play against Hearts at Tynecastle. He gave his all, but I mean, listened to him many times in different forums, and obviously listened to me in the Rangers TV with Tom Miller and that. He's a dyed in the wool Blue Nose the same as always, and that would have been great to see him there continue his career for us, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. So hey ho, as they say in that, but cracking player for us, cracking player.
Good point, Bridge. That can happen to you in any industry. Never mind football, but Jimmy, your point is there. Sometimes it's not what's done to you. It's sometimes the way it's done.
Absolutely.
And you can maybe, I'll be one of there and take Hugh's words for it. And obviously, Graham Souness have had his reasons or whatever at the time, but sometimes in life it's the way you do things, not what you do.
Even modern days, Oxtear, if you just look at that Manchester United team, there's full of big stars, full of them, and they can hardly play, can't talk to each other and anything else. Shocking, absolutely shocking. And that's the manager, I think, is doing that.
Yeah. Well, Bridge, your best players don't make your best team, do they?
Absolutely.
It's getting a blend.
Well, Brian Clough showed you that John McGovern. Every team he went to, everywhere he went, he took John McGovern. He was his captain. There you go. All his career.
Many caps?
Never the Scottish cap. None. I'm saying not a Scottish cap. What a brilliant player for the manager. He was a dressing room man. He was in there doing the dressing room stuff. Don't even know what John McGovern does now.
I don't think he's loving now.
No, he might not be. All I'm saying is that every club Clough went to when he took over the managership, him and Peter Taylor, they bounced around about 3 or 4 clubs and ended up at Forest. And my goodness gracious, everywhere he went, he took that boy John McGovern, and he was the captain.
Do you know what? It's quite sad in a bit of ways, and that is that when you hear guys like Hugh, who wears his heart on his sleeve and seems as all Blue Roses and that, and I've met many Rangers players over the years, legends. Though I can't name them all. There's that many. I just think nowadays that there's too many players who are aloof now. They're unapproachable, and Hugh hit on it there when he said about, he needs to be careful what he says at speakers' nights and that, and about what kind of language he uses and things like that. And it's a kind of us and them now. Me, as an older Rangers fan, I was privileged to meet many Rangers players, even actually going to training at different places like the Albion and that, and where I stayed in Knightswood, the Rangers team used to train behind the bingo hall at Annisland, and in the cricket ground in Partick. So you don't get that now. You're pushed out now, and that's quite sad in many ways. And Hugh epitomises what we're all about, that he's a die-hard Rangers player and also a die-hard Rangers man. And I'd like to see that maybe come back in the future.
I think the game's changed, but I think like us, we'd always rather have Rangers men playing if we're successful, mate. We want the best players we can get.
We'd like them to be approachable though, Ox, would you know?
There's nothing wrong. Look, for me, they're getting pride enough, mate, and it's only a personal point of view. When the game's finished, if there's a allotted area like they do in American football, and they'll have to wait half an hour and sign every kid's autograph, you get paid enough for it, mate.
Oh, of course I agree with you. I totally agree with you. But I'm old school and that, and I know the many autographs I've got are Gaza and Trevor Stephen, Gary Stephen, Graham Souness, Ali McCoy, Gordon Jury, to name many of a few. It's just, I'd like to see a wee bit Matt come back, especially for some of the young boys and lasses that are watching the football now. that's kind of aloof for me. But that's just my way. That's no. And to hear, as I say, I keep saying, to hear Hugh there, dyed in the wool man, and I love that. And that's just because I'm the same. I'm a dyed in the wool Rangers man, and I like to see the players become more approachable.
I think it's a fair comment, Bridgeman.
I think so, but the way I look at it now, obviously, Jimmy's going way back, and I think I can go back a bit further on him. But you know, a lot of the players that did come to Rangers were actually Rangers fans, as you know, and the ones that didn't, when they came there, they became Rangers fans, and some of them are there now. Wee Willie Henderson, dyed in the wool, still about. Colin Steen, guys like that. Oh, and you guys know more. I'm saying that you guys know more that are there that go about Ibrox. But look at us now. Look at the players that we've got now, and we're bringing in. We brought in this young man as a manager, who's to me he's absolutely brilliant, and he's a big star name. What I wanted, and he's got a good Scotsman who I don't know if McAllister ever really was a Rangers man, but he's now a Rangers man, and I would hope that he goes on and he gets himself. Shall we say, friendly with the fans, and how do you tell somebody from Croatia what it is to be a Rangers man? It's really difficult.
Of course it is, yeah.
I can't imagine how. I just can't imagine how they would get that and get this feeling into the team. So it would need to be a whole graft of youngsters coming through into our team or bought in who have maybe been brought up and went to the games to see us playing. Other than that, they're all going to come from England and far away, you know.
Also, do you think it's a case of when Hugh was talking about his teams there? There was Jimmy Nicholl, John McClellan, and Robert Pritz. I think they were only 3 non-Scotsmen I've seen that played in the games that he was playing. So they all, apart from Robert Pritz, who played for a long, long time at football, but they understood what Rangers were about, and some of the players, like we'll get a Jara, we'll get the Buffalo, we'll get the boys from Croatia. They maybe don't know we're a big club, but they don't understand we're a special club.
Yeah, this is it. They will find out in time, but I think it's to do with, as you say, you had Scots guys and Northern Iceland there. All boys who knew what the Rangers were grew up in the history and traditions of the club long before they actually played for the team. And they probably just enjoyed themselves, mate. They were all living the dream. They all knew how important it was to be a part of the club. And they were all fighting for one common cause.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is that all the fans know that the players that we're bringing in may actually become Rangers fans and Rangers men, but there's a bloody good chance that a lot of them won't, simply because it's just they're only going to be here for 3 years or 4 years or something, and they're going to go elsewhere, as they have done in the past. So I think we should enjoy and embrace all these players that are coming in, and they will be Rangers players and top-notch Rangers players as well. And we shouldn't expect them to be dyed in the wool. Some of them will be, of course, and so that'll happen naturally. But I think some of these guys are bringing in for Croatia and other places. I'm really looking forward to just enjoying it and let the fans drive that part of it, being Rangers men and supporting the team in the way they want to support it. And the expectation of that player being a Rangers man is only for playing that game on the park. I don't know how you could compare somebody from Croatia to use no a Rangers man, because you hear the guy shouting at it in the stadium, you know, like, hey, I want a Rangers man in there, you know. It's difficult. It's very difficult.
See what you're saying? I totally agree with what you're saying here. The silliness of saying he's not a Rangers man. My point is, I just feel that the younger generation now, it's very aloof now to go and actually, you see some of the selfies that are happening now, it's quite, what's that, no staged, it's just quite blasé. I'm here and I'm getting my photo taken. I've got, and I'm going to maybe try and get up on my Facebook, I've got stacks of pictures and that with Gaza and Coyce and all that, and they're all happy.
Can you crop them, Jimmy, so we just see them?
Yes, I can.
All right.
Yeah. I'll be the handsome one that you don't see. No, I totally agree, and it's not a serious. It's just that I know that the team that I'm supporting now is always the Rangers, but I just find that when I listen to guys like Hugh Burns, there's no many like him who just wears his heart in his sleeve and he says what he is. He has his sweary words and he uses the word sash and F the Pope and King Bully and the Orange Halls and the Masonics and all that. We don't have enough of that, right? We don't have enough of that because too many of the younger generation now see it, and I can appreciate that it's millionaire players now and they're there to earn their living and all that. But I'm old school, you know, and I want to see the players relate to the fans. Kissing the badge for me doesn't mean a lot. I've seen it all, I've heard it all, and I've watched it all. So I just like to see that maybe Rangers would go a wee bit and try and invite the fans in a wee bit more. And that's what we might go into Oaks, hopefully tomorrow night, regarding the fan zone thing.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
That's what I was pushing towards, mate. But we'll talk about that tomorrow.
I know a certain person's been doing a lot of digging on that, but he'll remain nameless at the moment. Won't he, Big Ulster?
I'm chomping at the bit to get at that issue.
Well, also, that's what I'm pushing it to. That I think the fan zone is something that will bring maybe some of that back, and we'll talk about that in a future night. And I'll leave it at that. I'm talking too much now.
I think there's a lot of things changed in the game. I think when we started going, no Big Ulster, but when we started going, you get lifty doer. Kids went and stood together. Adults stood together. There was no season tickets. Families and groups of people stood together. The atmosphere's changed. It's become relatively more expensive than it was. People who go to the games, so the games changed. The players are earning vast money that Hugh Burns could never have dreamed of, even though he was playing for the Rangers. So the whole game's developed and changed. And that disconnect, Jimmy, supporters clubs now, they have to run a do. You'll know this, and they'll come to bridge with us. They've got to organise it 6 months in advance. They organise it for the Sunday night. The Saturday night. And the fixture get moved to the Sunday. You can't get a first team player there because they're all grounded.
Yeah.
The game, the whole thing's changed, Bridge.
Yeah, the pressures are great on all of that. So the television monies are so important. As you say, they're dead easy to drop your hat because it's Rangers. Rangers are the easiest team in the world to move. They get all the backing. It's amazing how quickly they can get a decision for the police and the authorities to just move that. We can want to move that game. Is it okay? The police all right for that? Aye, brilliant. You know, other days, it's just amazing. Why don't they just turn around and say, no, football, no, it's at 3 o'clock. It was booked at the beginning of the season. That's it. We've got our men set up for it. 3 o'clock on a Saturday. Go on with it. But they just drop it a hat. They just change everything, and it puts different slant on all the Rangers supporters clubs, all their accesses to and from, and even the fact that some of them have got arranged other things. You know, from okay, I'm going to the game on the Saturday, and we've got this due on the Sunday, and that due on the Sunday's gone, and that just knocks everyone out of kilter as well. So,
can I just come in there, guys?
Of course.
I've just a wee text here for a friend of mine. It seems that Eros is signed.
All right, okay.
Eros, Gerard, I can't even say his name. Text says Rangers 2.3 million must seemingly sign him for.
If I was a betting man, and I said this earlier on the night, they'll be announced on Friday, mate. Everything will be concentrating on Thursday night's game. If we have a good or bad result, you announce on Friday.
Right, well, I'm not going to tell my source, but
yeah,
why not? Why not?
Well, I can tell you.
It's a secret.
It's a secret, and I've got my trouser leg rolled up.
All right, okay.
I can tell you, it's connected to Dave King. Got a friend who's got a relative. Anyway, text says, listen to this, guys. Text says Eros has just decided to sign for Glasgow Rangers for 2.3 million. Get it out there. We are the people. Yeah. I nearly seen his name there. It said, mate.
All right, that's the boys a winger.
Yeah, Jamie Murphy's replacement.
All right. No messing about, big Ulster.
Oh, it's not fake then.
Aye. Well, we'll see, but no messing about. If that's true, big Ulster, they keep the quality in the squad.
Of course, mate. We have to. It's gonna be a tough old season, especially if we make Europe. We're gonna have to do chopping and changing, but we want the chopping and changing being the same, are just as good quality coming in as those that are being rested, mate. And that's what Stephen George's trying to do. I think this guy's actually one of the better players for Aussie Jack. I don't think he played against us, but he was injured. But if you remember the show before it, there was reports coming out that one of their top stars actually couldn't make the game for us. And this is the young fella. So obviously, I'm sure Borden has had a lot to do with this one. And had a wee chat in the guy's ear, and it sounds like he's eager to come. And if that's true, and if it goes this quick, doesn't it just show you how quickly you can get deals over the line with teams that are, have a realistic valuation of their players and can do the deal pretty quickly. Unfortunately, there's issues in Scotland when you try to go for a player. It takes weeks and weeks and weeks of to and fro. But yeah, I think it's a market we should keep hunting in because there's a lot of good stars in that sort of part of the world.
We've lost £1 million player, Bridge, but we've replaced them with a £2.5 million player potentially.
We lost it. Are you talking about Windass?
Oh, Jamie Murphy being injured.
Oh, Jamie Murphy, sorry, the injury, yes, £1 million, that's correct, yeah. And if this boy's signed, $2 million, we're probably maybe 2.5. I have to say, I'm impressed with Barisic, as you know. I think anybody who played in that team, and he was a regular in that team, I thought that team were very good against us, and very good quality players. And Barisic has proven that. And if this boy is anywhere near as good on his game as Barisic, my goodness gracious, we've got a really good player. Brilliant. I'd go to these. I think it was what Ulster had just said it there. I'd be looking in these leagues to see that, and you're looking for something under the 4 million or something like that. You're looking for what's the best players and how good are they and that kind of thing. And you would go wrong. I'm sure we must start getting scouts out there somewhere. I would imagine.
We might have, mate.
We might have indeed, yeah.
Might be doing his job, Jimmy. Oh, we lost JFK. His phone must be ringing. Bridge
He's still there.
Aye, well, he might be doing a bridge.
All right, okay. I don't see Ulster. Is Ulster there?
Oh, aye, he's still there, mate.
That's all right, yeah.
So, on you go, mate.
I was just going to say, Ulster, you're happy with that type of market that we're going into? And obviously we need to watch what we're trying to spend. We don't want to be going mental and getting ourselves into debt. I'm desperately looking forward to Friday. Get this share issue out of the way. And once that share issue is done, we should be a club that has got absolutely no debt. No debt, a half-decent team on the park, a good squad, and ready to sort of ramp up and earn some more money, even another share issue if it's necessary, if it's seen that way, and get some money into the club and buy. Because then you've got a platform, a really good platform, some really good quality players, and to add to them, you don't want to be anybody of the quality. I'm not trying to take anything away from anyone, but like Andy Halliday, I don't think is the quality that the Rangers are trying to get to. So we're looking for somebody a bit better than Andy Halliday, for instance. That's all I'm meaning. So these guys seem to be good, and I hope they do that. You fancy that for that market?
Ulster, are you? It's a market where you might get value for cash. You guys had international caps, I believe. So
yeah, it's a good market because we know the prices in England are crazy. You could you could spend 2.5 million down there for a lot of draws very, very quickly because that's just the way the market is. I think the Croatian market on that side of the world is a lot more realistic for us. For the prices, we can mix it in there. We can get the top players who are playing in those leagues, the sort of money that we can afford. Plus, their wages aren't mental wages that you get down in England because they haven't went there yet. So the wages is money that we can match or better. And then obviously what we're trying to do is, we want them to win titles with us, win leagues with us, of course we do. But it's trying to then eventually move them on, get a bit of a profit down in England, let them spend the crazy money that they do and reinvest that in our team. And I think that's a model that we haven't used for a long time, but it's one we're exploring now, and I think that'll be good for the club going forward.
Look, I think you need to see players before you judge them, Bridge. A price tag's just a price tag. Doesn't necessarily seem they're going to be successful, but fitting in, team spirit, how happy you are, is all important. So we'll see where it takes us, mate. But
yeah, I thought
we were skint.
Well, this is the thing, and I don't know how things are looking. Obviously, the board are going to back them, no matter what it is. But I don't know. There's another rumour started again that the strips are coming out mid-September. I don't know how true it is, so I just don't know. And I think that's we're desperate to get some money in for there. And another rumour I heard tonight was that there's somebody else is in for Morelos for £6 million or something like that. Anyway, so you're hearing all these rumours coming out. It's getting to the end of the window. Maybe it's all dime belly dollars they're talking about.
The thing about it is, we Morelos, mate, it's going to take a lot more than that to shift him now, Ulster.
Yeah.
It looks like it, mate. Yeah, he's playing good football. He wasn't in a good place for a while there, but he seems like he is now. He's got his head on, scoring goals. Stephen George already came out and said how much he loves the player and how vital he is to the team. And he's already said, listen, don't pick up the phone unless it's big, big money. So I think it's a player we'll hang on to. He's obviously now in the Colombian squad, which will boost his numbers again, especially if he does well over these two games, because they're crying out for a great new hope as a striker. Because Falcao, I think, is getting to the age now where he'd be maybe coming towards the end of his career. So if young Morelos can get in that team yet, start scoring goals, give us a really good season, hopefully maybe more, but wait and see, then that's when the big bids will come in, fingers crossed, and we can reinvest things they got in our team.
What about that story, Ulster, about Gerrard offering them a new contract and the board sanctioning it? It's quite a tidy sum of money. Yeah, well, the story's
he said that after that was after our last European away game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
After we played Maribor, he basically came in and he said that himself, didn't he? That he wanted to keep the player, right, and he wanted the board to back him in that and keeping him, not to sell him, and he wanted the board to give him a contract that's worthy of the standard that he is, and yeah, that's what it seems like it's all happening.
One of the prices. Listen to me. One of the salary figures that they're putting out is something like between 25 and 30k a week. I don't know if that's true or no. I don't know if Rangers would go that far.
Well, the same about Bridgeman. If you're his agent and somebody's telling you, look, he's not even here for less than 12 million, well, you'll want rewarded accordingly.
I understand all I'm saying is that one of the stories you're seeing going around now is that Rangers are offering him a new contract, and the contract's going to be worth something like 25 to 30,000. And I'm trying to figure out where on earth is this coming in from. But hey, if the manager and the board say that's what we're doing, then that's what we're doing.
I'm telling you what it's coming in for. I don't know if you looked to the main site today, Ulster. Did you look at all?
No.
Why not?
Busy man.
Don't bite, Ulster. Don't bite.
Dundee game sold out.
Sold it already. Brilliant. Crazy, isn't it? The backing's brilliant. Support. That's going to be like that all season.
Well, if it is, they're going to get extra money coming in the door, and it's looking great. But between now and the end of the season, to all intents and purposes, providing we keep performing the way we're performing, and I dare say, there's a load of fans, myself included. I don't expect us to go through a whole season undefeated, and I don't expect us to go through and not drop any more points, type of thing. It's just who we drop them and when, and what happens to us in the league. I don't want to be too far behind, but I'm realistic.
We need to start grinding out results, mate.
Absolutely, pal. It's all about learning, isn't it? It's all about learning.
Making Ibrox a fortress is something vital for us. If we're ever going to win anything, we need to be winning a lot more games at Ibrox, and I think we will. I've got confidence that we'll do it. We haven't been a fortress for a while. I think teams have come to us and thought this Rangers team's easy. You know, you come to Ibrox Park and they don't have that fear that they had, in say 10 years ago. You know, when any team in that league has thought they've been able to come up the Ibrox and they've got a good chance of getting points, and that has happened. We've seen the Hamiltons, the St Johnsons, you know, we've seen them all coming and taking points, but I think that's going to change this season. I think we're going to have a team that really puts that fear factor back in the Ibrox.
Here, Ulster, that's what I said earlier on during the week. The 27 points we dropped at Ibrox last season was deplorable. Some of the results against the rubbish like Hamiltons and Kilmarnocks and Hearts and the Spoonburners and things like that, you know. We lost some silly games at Ibrox last season. Yep, let's make Ibrox a fortress again, because we only lost the league by 12 points. Goodness me, if we'd have won half of the games at Ibrox, would have been challenging. So they know that they're in a game this season, and let's go for it. Because I think I'm not saying we're going to go unbeaten. We've all got the result there, the 3 each game, but I think that Sunday, I think they're in for a shock. I don't think they'll beat us.
I've still not hit anything solid, mate. Bridge, it'll be Thursday before he eats. Because of that goal, Bridge.
What's that you're saying? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Since that goal,
makes you sick, you know. Not just that, it's an accumulation. A number of games now we have given away silly goals. Well, we've lost goals in the last minutes of the game, and particularly Sunday, the guys put a whole big shift in. And for some unknown reason, we just seem to take our mind off the game a wee bit, and right at the very end, virtually the last kick of the ball, was a goal against us. Really sad, you know, because we could have come away from there thinking, my God, we went through a real tough tie there. That'll really perk us up for the Thursday game, you know, sort of backs to the wall type of display, you know. So,
Jimmy, if it hadn't happened at Aberdeen, we wouldn't have been so maybe peeved, because we could see the way the game was gone, but it's happened twice, and
yeah,
we just need to see you games, you know.
I know that. We know what happened in Aberdeen and that, but the game there on Sunday felt, I've said before, it felt much like a defeat, because of the way that we capitulated. No, the 2 bad goals that Big Tav never defended properly. But look, as I said before, this time last season, we'd have laid down, but we didn't. We kept going. So let's go into the next game, which is Thursday, and let's see how we perform there. And I said last night, I think we'll perform well. I still think we'll score here there. Right. And I'm confident Sunday we'll not get beat.
I never seen anything last week that would worry us. That's no saying we'll not see anything this week, but last week they didn't show anything that would worry me.
I think we're going to actually will be. I was listening actually to a bit of Talk Sport today, and Sam Allardyce was talking about squads and things, and it got me thinking about our own team. And what he had said was it was a season at Bolton. He had to get 8 players in, and he said at the start, he says it took him a while to gel. They were playing okay, but what happened was early in the season, a wee bit like what's happening this season, there was a international break, and he says those 2 weeks were a godsend to him for the international breaks. He says he could do so much more work with the players that he had, got them playing different wee things in training, used different wee formations, used different tactics, and got the team gelling together. And they came out after that one. They came back as a much better side with the new signings after that break. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that can be something similar to us when we get to this break, and do the work in the training. And then, obviously, a big push after that.
Yeah, here. Yeah.
Jimmy, can I ask you a question, mate?
Yes, mate.
When you went to the Barry game, did you think we'd be in such good shape at the end of August?
No, I've got to be honest, I didn't think that. And I think everybody that listens and is in the lobby would be the same. No, I mean, I came there to the Bury game thinking, right, okay, let's see, it's a Stevie G era now, let's see what was going to come in. We had some decent players there at that time, and then we've come forward out to August. No, I just think, well, okay, he's put some cracking players, especially defensively, and big Griggs and goals. I think this is going to be a good season, and it's proved to be a good season. Needies can sit here and think that we're playing poor, because we're not playing poor. A couple of errors here and there. We can criticise players all we want, but where we're standing just now, I'm really, really happy. And I said that last night, I'm happy with what we've achieved. And I think there's a lot more to achieve. And I think that we have got really nothing to fear. The dark side have got a lot to fear. And I think we should take the positives with that and just go forward. And let's see what comes. We're still sending a couple of good players. And if this guy does come after, right, this Eros guy, that's another feather in my cap. And let them worry about what they've got today. Nobody's going to give the Gers credit, Ox, for what we're doing. Never going to give us credit. So let us make sure that we go forward and win as many as we can. Because I'm not going to say, I nearly said it here, to win the league this season would be fantastic. But to be where we are just now, I never thought we'd be there. And I'm being honest with that.
All right, gentlemen, we've reached this time of the evening. Bridgeman.
Well, what can I say? Marvellous evening. Well done, Oxtair, and well done to Hugh Burns. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Really good stuff. And well done to Rangers Radio for getting all set up. I'm including Ulster and all the rest of the guys that were involved in it. And could I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one of us, please keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers are going to need us. Keep it going.
You hear, can I thank Bridgeman, Foxy popped in, good to know he's back safe and sound. GFK, Big Ulster, can I thank All School Blue, who we're going to be able to put any shows together. And tonight, give me special thanks to the one and only Hugh Burns, who took the time to come and join us here in Rangers Radio.
No, sir.
This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11, talking about all things Rangers, and we might be looking at fan zones. Take it away, Fox.
There's a pub in Green Street where all good proddies you will meet. So come down here and together we'll have a jar. A welcome there you will receive, so good that you won't want to leave. A fine wee pub is Saltcoats Mermaid Bar. You'll hear the sash, and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. We all support the Queen and Crown. The prices here are the best in town. The bar staff, they are one terrific crew. Everyone laughing, full of cheer. It's one tremendous atmosphere, singing to support the red, white and blue. You'll hear the sash, and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. It's nice to come to the Mermaid Bar when Rangers are playing at Ibrox Park. You'll forget your worries and all your cares, singing songs against the tunes before you watch the Rangers win. For everyone here supports the Teddy Bears. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. If you are up from Belfast town, Tyrone, Fermanagh or County Down, Armagh, Antrim or London, Derry shores, the Mermaid is the place for you, so come and have a drink or two. Next time in Saltcoats you'll want to come back for more. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all.